Hey, welcome to my channel. My name is Paula, and in today's video, let's have a half-year review on my luxury wish list for 2025. I am one of those people who like to make wish lists in the beginning of the year just to kind of recap my own thoughts of what I think I'm interested in. Is there still something from the previous year's wish lists that are still on my mind that I want to keep, or have I actually realized it's not for me, or whatnot? And it does actually help me to focus and kind of pay attention on what I spend my money on. And I know that there are a lot of people who feel that wish lists might actually make you spend more because then you just kind of go through the list and purchase. I don't see it that way. It's more like an interest list for me of like items that I'm truly interested in now or this year or whatever. And then I also like to have a recap, let's say 6 months from making the list of, do I still agree? Have I actually purchased anything? Is there something new? What's going on? To kind of keep me on track, so to say. So now here we are reviewing my wishlist video for 2025. Of course, that will be linked down there in case you want to see what I spoke then. But now the idea is to kind of go through all the items mentioned and see where we are right now. Starting with accessories, there luckily was only one thing, and it was a scarf style from Dior. And it's the Toile de Juillet print, which I am still very much interested in. It doesn't have to be Dior. If I see it somewhere, I'm definitely interested and I kind of want to go and see more. For my very plain, boring style, which is like simple, not a lot of prints and patterns and so on, this is quite exciting for me looking at this. And I actually had a specific color in mind, the kind of rosy color that Dior has. And they have many type of scarves in this color palette. I haven't purchased anything yet. I am still thinking about this. When I was in London in the end of May, we went to Bicester, to Dior. I did look if they would have had anything in this pattern that I would have been interested in, or any scarves anyway that I would have been interested in, because that would have saved me money. But they really didn't. So didn't buy anything. This is still on my mind. I kind of think it is fairly expensive, especially if I wouldn't go for the cheapest option. And I don't know if internet is enough for me to make up my mind. It might actually be that I would need to see something in person, and that would then be a completely interesting story, because in London I didn't go to any actual Dior boutiques. I just wasn't feeling luxurious that way, so I didn't go. So next, will it be in Venice this summer? Do I want to actually spend my short amount of time in Venice to do luxury shopping? I've never been there, so there probably are a lot of other things that I would want to see and do as well. Kind of tricky to say. But nevertheless, I would still consider this interesting, but I haven't really done anything for it other than actually contemplated that should I order it or not, and I haven't so far. Let's see. And truth be told, I don't know about the color anymore. I am so obsessed on what it looks like, but would I actually wear that shade? Or should I kind of go for a more safer color option for myself, which would be navy, gray, something like that? Would it get more use in that case? God, I am so boring. But yeah, so that's what I'm also considering. That is it just that I got so somehow interested in the color shade? But would I still kind of be drawn to it if it would be mine? Would I wear it? I don't know. So kind of a lot of questions still open. Haven't purchased it yet. Moving on to Bottega, and a bag that has been on and off on my wish list for quite some time now. And I've made also videos of me contemplating yes, no. And it's the Jodie. And I think currently the size I'm after is called small. It used to be called the teen size, so I might be mistaken, but basically it's the size that you cannot comfortably have on your shoulder, that it's still more like a handheld or crook of your arm type of bag. I am kind of obsessed with the bag, but I am once again coming to the realization of there is a reason why I'm so hesitant. And the fact is that it's only a hand carry bag. And I'm just not certain if I would wear this enough that it would be worth it. So I haven't done anything, and I am fairly certain that I'm not gonna buy it, at least not new. I actually this whole springtime saved up. I have now saved even more what it actually costs new from the store. So I did start saving money for it for this summer when we're gonna go traveling, and in case I would want to purchase it from our trip. So I saved up. And now I have the money, and I'm kind of thinking that I will not buy it. And probably this bag it will end up being something that I adore from afar, that I just don't have to own it, because I am too hesitant, and that's a sign. So I think I'm just gonna remove this from the wish list and just accept the fact that this bag is not for me. Second luxury bag, and kind of like brand, was pre-owned Chanel. So I kind of, sadly for my bank account, have now also been open more towards Chanel and their prices. So this is actually something I have succeeded this year. So this is a Chanel mini rectangular in lambskin with champagne gold hardware, and the color is super difficult to catch on camera. This is not black, this is not dark brown, this is actually very dark plum, but in different lights it looks really different. I have made videos of this, also the unboxing and so on, so I will link those where you can get more details out of it. But yeah, so this was definitely something I did grab pre-owned and couldn't really be happier. Because this is pre-owned and dark color, I'm kind of more chilled in using this bag than my lighter colored mini Chanel. But yeah, also the other bag mentioned in the previous video that I'm still kind of after is a white Chanel bag, preferably with silver hardware. I would be open to champagne, but I mean, if I find the right one in the kind of condition, style, price point, then it's debatable on how much I'm willing to compromise on the hardware color. But that's still on the list. I'm still interested, but honestly, I haven't done anything so far this year to hunt for that. This was also very expensive, even though it was pre-owned. And I feel like I haven't been wanting to buy a luxury bag since I bought this. And I think it is because of last year and how many I bought then. I just haven't really felt it, so I haven't searched for it, but it is still on my mind, and when I feel like it again, I would probably activate and start looking. But for now, it is there. If I stumble across a perfect one, who knows what happens, but actively I'm not looking, but still on my wish list. And I have purchased something pre-owned from Chanel this year already. And those were the actually like luxury brands that I have on my wish list. I also mentioned two contemporary brands. First one being Dragon Diffusion. And I think when I was contemplating, should I go for the Bottega or not, I started thinking that this is very similar. So if I would make up my mind to buy the Bottega, I really shouldn't get focused on this Dragon Diffusion, because it is also the woven leather. Because even though this is so much less expensive, if I would go for it and I would still want the Bottega, they would kind of cancel each other out, and then I would have spent 200-300 euros, even 400 on the Dragon Diffusion bag. So I kind of left that on the back when I was contemplating on the Bottega. Now that I have kind of made up my mind that that's a no for me, I think I will start looking at this brand more. One thing that also got me a bit hesitant was regarding a comment that Danny actually made on my previous video. I will put it on the screen right now. And it caught me a bit hesitant. But I think this is kind of solvable, just like putting an insert into the bag. Although that kind of is sad when we buy a bag and then we have to put in an insert, and especially because of this type of reason. But that's kind of how it is, and I think I'm now gonna start looking more into this Dragon Diffusion brand. Let's see where we are and if I find the bag model that I'm interested in and so on. But yeah, I kind of felt that these were not competing on the same price level with Bottega, but with the woven thing, with the woven design, I don't know if I would have needed like 2 of those. So yeah, now I'm back on track and looking at that more. The final, even like bag brand, contemporary brand that I mentioned was Plen. Introducing my Plen nod that I did buy in the springtime, early spring this year. Love it. My previous video actually was a first impressions review of this, so I will link it in case you want to have a look at what I have thought about this bag. And there definitely are still some Plen bags that I have my eye on, and of course you never know if they bring out new styles, what I'm thinking about those. But so far so good. I'm not actively on Plen's website and thinking when to buy and so on, but at least I have this. And those were actually like the concrete items that I had or have on my wish list for this year. The 2 other topics that I discussed was traveling, definitely something that is eating up a lot of money. So for this summer, we are planning on a 2-week vacation abroad, which won't be cheap because yeah, it's 2 weeks eating out, sleeping in hotels and different accommodations, etc. So yes, that will eat up a lot of money, and of course we have saved up for it to be able to enjoy on the trip. But yes, that luxuriousness, at least for me it is luxury to be able to travel, is happening. And then the final thing that we are really considering to do is to upgrade our apartment, so basically move. And we have continued saving up, but we haven't done anything actually to make stuff happen. But it is still like going on. We are thinking, because of course moving shouldn't happen super quickly. We need to find what we want and kind of sell ours and whatever. But so that's definitely luxury that I have in my mind and might impact on how much I want to spend on other things. Okay, now we went through the whole wish list. I think I did actually fairly good. What do you think? I haven't purchased a lot, although the Chanel bag has been expensive. But other than that, I feel like I've been quite mindful and considerate of what I spend my money on and what not. So yay for me, right? Considering stuff that would have entered my wish list, can't really come up with any like specific things that I would be now searching for information on or anything like that. I have some Hermes sandals on my mind. I will link the video where I share more about that. Would I put them on my wish list? Well, maybe. I mean, it's luxury, it costs money. So yeah, maybe. And we will see what I end up finding elsewhere. If there is something I'm interested in, then if I can afford it, I really like it, and I'm able to consider my purchases, who knows if I'll make some purchases that are not on this list. Exciting times. Thank you for watching and see you in my next video. Bye.